again with another Say What reaction video, and we're back again with Carlos. This time, because we are getting more into like EXO and learning about them, as we start watching the MVs and we continue to dive more into all this, I want him to know like who's who and be able to pinpoint like voices and oh, I know that's so-and-so or I know that's so-and-so. What better way to do that than have him react to my all members live vocals video that I put together. So as you watch this, you'll be able to hear individual people sing, so you can kind of hear what their voice in particular sounds like. All of their names will be at the bottom of the screen when they're singing, so it'll help you differentiate who's who. So it'll help you get to know them better. Yeah. And also there's like some group performances as well, where you hear them like harmonize together and stuff. So yeah, let's just like get right into it. It's a 22-minute long video, so I don't want to waste any time by rambling. So let's do this. Okay. And they do a lot of covers as well. So.
Damn.
He's really good at his pronunciation, Dio in particular.
Right. He's got lessons maybe?
I think he practices a lot.
Yeah. He's making moves to the future.
Yeah. High Note King.
I love how he sets up for it too, because he's like,
yeah, he's ready.
You ain't gonna mess up. You ain't gonna miss this one.
He's the one who always like winks and
flips his hair back.
He's the one that gives the fan service.
Right.
He's the dancer. He's the leader. Suho in Korean means guardian, actually.
Oh, wow.
That's my boy.
Yeah?
He's our oldest. Or main vocalist. He's our baby, and he's one of the rappers, and he's also one of the main dancers. He's one of the lead vocalists. The main vocalists are like the top. Lead vocalists are kind of like in the middle, I guess you could say, if you have to compare it.
Yeah.
He's the last remaining Chinese member.
Yeah.
This is a very Chinese, as you can
see. For sure.
You knew we hit that.
Yeah. Representing.
What?
They all look like Colonel Sanders. That finger licking chicken, they got it.
Yeah, Spanish.
Oh yeah. Latin music's huge in Asia, man. They love it.
This is their concert in Mexico.
They got them. They're like, you want us out here? Here's something for y'all.
Really? This song, and yes, that Mexico concert, that is what they did. They learned a song, a very popular song,
definitely,
just for their fans.
For them,
and their pronunciation, they're rolling their R's and everything. It's so good.
Right.
This particular song, this is on a reality show.
Yeah.
They're asking like what their individual talents are, and he's like, you know, I can sing, and they're like, well, duh. And then the other guys were like, no, he's really good at it.
Right.
And then he's like, okay, well, what song are you gonna do? And then he said, I'm gonna sing Tears. It's a female song, and he's like, and I'm gonna sing it in the original female key.
Ooh, okay.
And so they're like, oh, okay, let's see you do that. So this is what Chen is doing.
Bonus L Cool J no shirt 3-piece suit on. Does their wardrobe like reflect like whatever like the tone of that particular sound or feeling that they're going through?
I think that's just like, for instance, oh, hold on 1 second. I wanted to back up just 2 seconds. I think that's just, this is during one of their concerts.
Yeah.
So usually like that's what they're wearing for like a set of multiple songs.
Right.
So I'm sure in some parts, yes, there's a reflection of it because like during like the sexy part of the concert, they're all wearing like, you know, black leather pants and like black like shirts and like some of them are kind of like a little low cut. Some of them have like slits.
Yeah.
I don't know, in like the sleeves, you know. So there is like when they have the cutesy part, they're dressed like little elves or whatever, like little gnomes. So it does not necessarily as much as other times when they're dressed like gnomes for the cutesy part. Obviously, that's very much like reflective. This is just, you know, one of the other, you know, outfits. Yeah. So kind of is the answer, I guess. Now, Chanyeol's the main rapper.
Yeah.
But he also sings.
Yeah. He's got
and he plays a ton of instruments.
Right.
His voice is everything. You make me cry. This is like one of his solo songs. He has our little R&B king.
Right.
Little Justin Bieber cover.
Right.
Chanyeol playing the guitar again.
They go crazy, can't hold the camera.
The fan.
Yeah, just like, oh my god.
I know.
Having a meltdown.
So Kai's like I said, he's the main dancer. He's usually the center whenever they're performing.
Okay.
And he's just the lead vocalist, so he has just like he's like the mid-range.
Right.
He has a very like soft and sweet voice, and he raps on occasion too.
Yeah.
Same thing with this fan. She's like, you can tell she's shaking.
Yeah. She's losing her mind. Or him. Who knows?
Could
Air.
A rapper who very rarely sings, but is so sweet when he does. Yeah, you do. This is like a wedding song.
Right.
Chanel's playing piano this time. Cutesy part. I just love how fun they seem like they're having.
These dudes look like they're having like so much fun.
I know.
The tassels on the jacket.
Oh yeah. When they all like blend together like that. Ugh.
Chiefs a mullet.
Yeah, they gave him a mullet for that comeback. No one liked it.
He rocked it though.
He did. Yeah, he did. Brian's favorite song from the last album.
Oh yeah?
He was feeling it. Are you gonna be able to pick a favorite?
Nah. I gotta hear more, you know? Spend some time with the boys.
Learn their personalities.
I mean, they all got talent. They all got skills.
Yeah.
It's like, who's your favorite in Boys to Men? No one can answer that question. You know what I mean?
지금 말하려 해요. 그냥 들어요. I'll sing for you. 오늘이 지나면 난 또 어색해할지도. 감춰도 삼면 되자. 조금씩 변해가는 이렇게 내가 노릇하게 불러 멀어지지 신경 꺼 고민하지 마 그게 뭐든지 상관없잖아 네가 어딘지
My man wearing a kilt. Got the battle kilt on.
No, he had a wardrobe malfunction, so he had to tie his, his
Ah.
jacket around his waist. He has such a soft voice. He's talking about his numbers, obviously. The whole song is actually about how he felt when the three members left. That's my video.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I'd like to see them like step out of a lot of like, from what I haven't seen a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just I would like to see them like flex outside of like whatever the standard is. Like, this is the sound we want you to have.
Right.
These are the routines we want you to have. I would like them to kind of be like, step out more.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously like SM controls like everything.
Right. And it's not
They
their
know
fault.
that.
It's not their fault. I get that.
When they do, like, for instance, when Chanyeol puts like a song out on SoundCloud, or when sometimes they'll be able to step outside and sing like OSTs like to dramas, like the original soundtracks to like the different dramas and stuff. So it's nice being able to hear them do different side projects and stuff like that. Like Lay, like a lot of Lay's clips I used were actually from all of his solo stuff because he hasn't been with the band lately. So a lot of the stuff, and he writes and produces and composes almost all of his stuff. So it's nice to be able to see
for sure.
he was actually be able to have control over a lot of this stuff. Yeah. So it would be cool if they as a whole had more control too. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. That'd be cool.
But again, it's not taking away from them. They're very talented. They got all the skills.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to step outside of that kind of format that they're
That's why I think I love hearing them do covers.
The covers are good, definitely.
Because I like seeing their take on it, you know what I mean? And they usually freaking kill it. Which is so nice to see
They killed it.
So you can't pick a favorite. And I don't blame you. It's
and to me personally, it's like it's hard for me, like as a group. Like we were talking about earlier, like I've been exposed to music my whole entire life, and it's one of those things that some things are better as a whole.
Right.
And to try to pick one over the other based on like, because a lot of their like not ranges of like where they can sing,
right, or
how strong of a dancer that they are. I feel like it's one of those things. Like, can you pick your favorite member of Boyz II Men?
I mean, I have my favorite member here, but they're for different reasons. Like, I have my favorite when it comes to live performances, which is different. I have my overall favorite, which is different. And then I have my favorite when it comes to, like, reality shows and stuff, which is different.
For personality, definitely.
Yeah, so it's like,
I appreciate them as a whole. And I feel like being that I haven't been exposed to these guys at all and, like, kind of growing with them every time we do this, it's like, I don't want to ruin it for me, how I perceive it. It's like they work so hard to be together. You know what I mean? And it's just like I can't pick one because it's, I don't know. I like the camaraderie. I like the whole idea of their backstory and the lore that they've created for themselves, that for me it would ruin it if I tried to pick one over the other. But, you know, I feel like they accent them each other very well, and personality wise, like when we watch the stuff that they just do on their own when they're just messing around and, you know, just being themselves as well too. Like, I can't pick a favorite because it's like, why do that to myself? Like, they're good. They're all good. And I feel like in unison together, they're strong, and I like that.
The funny thing is you don't know what their slogan is.
What is it?
We are one.
So,
and you had no idea.
No,
you're saying all this, and I'm thinking this in my head, like, oh my, he's literally like hitting the nail on the head, and he has no idea he's even doing it. Like, this is awesome. Yeah, that's so funny.
I mean, that's my opinion of it. I mean, I know people from different perspectives of, like, you know, what they feel, what's pleasing to their ear, to their eyes, to their mind, but like, in my heart of hearts, like, I feel like I can't pick one. I like what they do together. I respect and I appreciate what they can do when they shine individually, but I feel together is like, I like them all together.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's all my favorites, of course, but I agree. Them together is just, it's everything. It all comes together.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't want to scrutinize too much, you know, because there's definitely some don't sing better than others, but have more range than others and can hit other things, and others have more talents. You know what I mean?
And different things.
And different things. So it's one of those things.
Some might be a better dancer, some might be a better rapper, some might be a better singer, but like all together, it makes everything perfect.
And I feel like a lot of times people and what they love and what they like and what they do. You know what I mean? Like they like to cling on to certain things and they like things for different reasons and like hold it. But I like. It's the ensemble. Like, I appreciate the whole. Yeah. Because the whole is what really gets me. Because I feel like that's what moves the most. Because, like, you have your favorites for different reasons. You know what I mean? Yeah. For how they perform or how they act and how they present themselves and things like that. But I feel like from what you show me, it's just their work, you know? Yeah. And, like, we get in on the side stuff. Like, we watch a little behind-the-scenes stuff. We watch some of their side little projects when they're on TV and doing their type of thing. But I like them as a whole. I feel like me picking a favorite is doing myself an injustice. Because I don't know that much of them yet. Yeah. But I love them all. I love them all.
I'm wondering, as we continue this journey, and it's a little bit down the ways, and you've seen a bunch of stuff. I wonder if you'll end up developing more towards one or the other. I wonder if that'll happen. And it may not happen. I don't know. It may not happen.
Like I said, I'm invested in like the behind the scenes of like what the story and what their message is as a whole. And being that it was presented, like if you would have introduced me to them differently, like if we would have watched all the like before when they were trying to come up and doing their auditions and then like doing their side stuff and doing the duets or the triplet and stuff like that, like okay,
if you would have seen them individually to begin with, maybe it would have been easier. But since you saw them as a whole,
and I appreciate them more as a whole, because then it's like me and my eye and my ear, it's just like when you start like focusing on like certain sounds or how they pronounce this or the style of this guy, or you know what I mean? Like when you start doing that, it's like you're subconsciously breaking apart like what they're working really hard to keep together. That's how I perceive it.
That was like really deep and really good.
That's how I perceive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but I get it. I know people have their favorites and stuff, but like me, it's like to me, it's like what they're doing as a whole is so much more meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so.
And it's like without that, like if you were to like focus in, like if your favorite guy's singing and you can't wait for that part, and it's a good song altogether.
You might miss what else is happening.
What's happening? Yeah, or what's underlining, because they're putting a lot of work and a lot of emphasis on
little details.
And like, why not like step back for a second, appreciate it as a whole? Because then you're gonna go back and just be like, man, I missed that.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, and you like you kind of miss a lot of the hard work that they're all putting together independently. And I feel like, you know, if you ask like a team, like who's the best here, but like, no, man, we're all putting in work.
Yeah,
we're all putting in work.
Someone else said that too. That like I bet you if you asked them, you know, which one of you is the best, like there's no way they would pick one.
Or like the little blast piece on this video where the guy, you know, he's rapping about like losing the other members for whatever reasons that they wanted to take, personal, private, professionally, whatever the case may be. But it's just like for him to be able to do that and share it with everybody as something that was so personal, that just like makes my opinion like more solid on why I like them all as a whole.
All as a whole, like when I'm worn out, I rely on these 8 hands. Yeah,
for sure. And then it's like, you know, it's not that he went out of his way. It's something that he really wanted to fight for. It wasn't they not out of material, obviously. Right. He wanted to share that with everybody.
Yeah, else. Like he wrote that. And like, and luckily sometimes when they do write their own stuff, they do allow them. For sure. Which is nice because that's such a personal song. Yeah. So it's nice of them to.
And I feel that's a reflection of like their integrity as human beings as well too. That it's like because they're in an industry, they've been put together. It's very competitive. It's very flashy. It's very superficial. But it's like I feel from watching it from the beginning, they're putting in a lot of work. Yeah. And I don't want to just try to hone in on one or two and like, you know, then you start, you know, having your bias and you dissect things and you miss a lot.
I need to like take some notes from him.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
because I got my bias. Y'all know that. But I have like everyone's my bias in a different way though. For sure.
Yeah.
They all bias track me constantly. It's ridiculous. Anyway, okay, we've talked enough.
Got on the deep end.
I know, like we're gonna end this video for you guys. We'll sit here and just chat for like all night. It's ridiculous. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to end this video. I'm glad that you got to see them individually. So now, like, you will hear.
Done. Good on you. This was, I liked it. I enjoyed it very much.
You'll be able to understand, like, oh, I remember that's this person, that's this person. Sure. At least you'll be able to kind of put a face with the name now. Yeah. So that's good. We might end up down the line get into actually you watching the individual guides, the guide to Schumann, the guide to
right.
Suho, so you can see the individual, like, this person, the personality, and stuff like that. We might do that like later down the road. For sure. But each one of those videos is like 20 minutes long per person, and there's 9 of them. So we might do that a little bit. Event. Yeah, I might do that a little bit later down the road. But yeah, so in the meantime, at least you got to put some faces with names and sounds with names. So yay! Hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. If there's anything else you want him to hear, please let me know in the comments below. I think I want him to react to El Dorado, guys.
Ooh, El Dorado.
Yeah.
It sounds Latin and funky. I'm Latin and funky.
You are Latin and funky. So yeah, I don't know. Just simply because of the lyric aspect of it. And you guys will know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Okay. So that might be coming up soon. So please stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.